Well, we have a blocking pattern across the U.S. That means wet and stormy for the south and warmer and drier than normal conditions in the north central U.S. So we have an omega block here, two storm systems, upper level lows, one stuck in the southwest, one in the southeast, and that pumps up the warmth out ahead of it. An upper level ridge here for the central U.S. means warmer than normal temperatures and some pretty dry conditions. This is going to persist this week and into much of next week. So there are those two lows and that flow moving in that omega shape. We call it an omega block because it looks like the Greek letter omega, which is like a W, and that basically pumps warm, dry, stable air in the center of it, and pretty stormy and wet in the southern parts of the country closer to those upper level lows. So the south is going to be dealing with a series of downpours along with storms and a little bit of a severe weather threat too in the south central U.S. the next couple of days. But notice the hole here in the central U.S. That's 7-day rainfall. They're going to be pretty much non-existent, and that will overlap with some drought areas in portions of western Minnesota, South Dakota, Nebraska, areas that need rain but will continue to be dry here over the next week or two. The severe weather threat over the next couple of days is going to be near that upper level low that's going to be slowly moving out of the southwest and through the south central U.S. So we have an enhanced risk in western Texas today of severe weather. Primarily a hail and wind threat is what it's looking like. So later this evening we'll see storms fire in western Texas. Those will be some pretty strong storms with, again, large hail, the primary threat. Though a couple of tornadoes will be possible. The significant tornado parameters are pretty high in southwestern Texas. But again, large hail, the bigger threat, and some high wind gusts here. You can see some of those specks of those higher wind gusts close to maybe severe criteria here later today into tonight. And those severe or significant tornado parameters also on the high side here in southwestern Texas. That'll shift to the east tomorrow. A little bit less of a severe threat, but it'll move towards Louisiana. When we track those updrafts, these are the updraft helicity tracks from the high resolution rapid refresh model. You can see the strongest storms really confined here to central and southwestern Texas. And then tomorrow, ever so slightly an eastern shift here into eastern Texas, western Louisiana. This is a slow moving upper level pattern that's kind of stuck. So eastern Texas versus western Texas, slight risk of severe storms tomorrow. We'll watch for ongoing storms tonight into early tomorrow into the midday, and then storms that'll redevelop here in eastern Texas late in the afternoon and evening hours into tomorrow night. And again, those storms also have some severe potential with some pretty decent, significant tornado parameters here in the southeastern U.S. Not as high as what we'll see in western Texas today, but enough where we can't rule out a couple of tornadoes. But the other threat is going to be really just some heavy rainfall here, some pretty significant downpours possible, and that's why that rain is going to really add up here in the southern U.S. The helicity updraft tracks tomorrow, more into eastern Texas and Louisiana. That's where we see the focus of potentially those stronger storms from the high resolution rapid refresh model. And the May outlook is going to be kind of what we're seeing now, above normal temperatures for much of the eastern and central U.S., but also starting to see a drier signature develop here, especially for the upper Midwest and the northern plains. Below normal precip expected for May. Above normal, though, potentially in Texas. In fact, a pretty high probability of wetter than normal conditions in Texas. And those are also some drought-stricken areas. So that's some good news for Texas. But yeah, we're going to be in kind of a stagnant pattern, it looks like, here for a good chunk of May.